You're watching the Pelham Pulse with Nino and John. If you have topic interests, questions, or comments, please write to thepelhampulse@gmail.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Nino Jafrida, and today is Tuesday, August 18th, 2026.
And I'm John Russell. Welcome to episode 8 of the Pelham Pulse. Real people, real conversations, real Pelham. Nino, we've got some fun town recaps and things that have happened over the last month. You want to start us off?
Yeah, well, you can also, participate too. We started with National Night Out. That's always a great event. Something that really gets the community together. The police department is really a big part of that too.
Oh, yeah, OBK.
Yeah.
You know who OBK is?
I do not.
Officer Brian Kelly.
Okay, I probably should have known that.
He does a great job with National Night Out.
Well, I know who that is. I just didn't know your abbreviation
OBK, that's what the kids call him in high school.
Oh, okay, I did not know
they
that.
call him OBK.
Yeah, I know who that is. I just didn't know that.
It's like a cool thing.
Okay.
OBK.
Yeah.
Yep. Someday you and I will be that cool and we'll have...
Yeah. Well, I know I will. You.
Okay. So yeah, National Night Out was awesome. It was a great success with a ton of people.
Yeah.
Weather was perfect. It held out. We remember that week we had rain all week long. But,
I know.
That night was perfect. My kids did their lemonade stand, Andrew and Ava and Friends charity lemonade stand. They raised just shy of $1,000 for charity.
That's awesome. Now is that profit or?
That was net after we paid for the only thing we take is lemonade and ice.
Yep.
Otherwise, my wife and I cover all other supplies.
Yep.
But they did somewhere around 800 and change for charity.
That's awesome. And it's not like you guys don't set like a price. It's any donation. So
donation,
right.
Yeah. So whatever people give. Some people come in and give 50 cents or $1, and other people are
generous,
enormously generous. Some people. I won't mention names, but we've got two garages in town that come in and they are very generous to the kids, and they're very good to us. So
yeah, that's awesome.
What else do we have? We had a car show too, right?
Yeah, the car show was actually like...
You had 2 back-to-back nights on the Village Green.
I know, they were both the same, back-to-back. The car show I think was fantastic, and that's hosted by the Pelham Community Spirit, and there was probably about like 200 cars there. Actually,
Serious?
I think, they had 200 registered, cars that registered to be in the show, but I think more just came too. So
kidding.
It was awesome. I mean, there was the amount of cars, the amount of people, and then there was all the vendors kind of along, selling food and stuff. It was really just a really cool experience. And then there was a touch-a truck, and I felt like a 3-year-old or 5-year-old because I'm going in every single truck, touching them all. I think it was awesome.
That's cool.
It was really a cool... That was probably one of my favorite events that were on the Village Green this year.
So when I first moved to Pelham, I joined Pelham Community Spirit.
Yeah.
Charlene Takajian and I had a meeting over some challenges that I had with a builder in town. And she asked me to join Pelham Community Spirit. And I remember when they started.
Just to cut you off there, Charlene's currently one of our Board of Selectmen. And she was, at this time that you're talking about, she was the state rep, correct?
She was our state rep at the time, yeah. And so I had reached out to her for some help, and she was amazing. I still hold Charlene in a very dear place in our family's hearts. But she invited me to join the Pelham Community Spirit. I did. It was a great way for me to meet people in town and get involved. But I remember when they planned the first car show, and it wasn't, there certainly weren't 200 cars. So really cool to hear 10, 12 years later, 200 cars. And I think they still have the Beatles band, right?
Oh, I'm not sure of that.
A Beatles tribute band
I don't know.
that plays every year that are phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
well, it was just a really great night all around. I mean, something that I really enjoyed most of it is when I was walking, it was kind of toward the end too, so I wasn't really expecting it, but a woman came up to me and she was like, "Are you Nino?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Who are you?" And she was like, "Well, I came in front of you guys on the planning board, and I was in a butter to some applicant that came in." And she started talking and it was a really nice one-on-one opportunity to just really engage with the community and listen to what they have to say, because that's what's really most important to me. So it was really just a great event. Plus, I was around cars, which I like cars.
Look at you being recognized.
Well, please.
But I love that, right? Like,
Yeah, it was nice.
It's clear you obviously made an impact, or you were memorable. So good for you, and
hopefully in a good
and
way.
good for Pelham Community Spirit, right? Like thank you to Pelham Community Spirit for all of the work they do to put those events on.
Yeah, they host. I think is it once a month they do it? Every Wednesday or
Concerts on the Village Green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Wednesday. I think it's once a month.
Every other Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Every other Wednesday.
During the summertime.
Not every week. Yeah, through the summer. They do a phenomenal job, and they're all volunteers, and they work really hard.
Yeah, they do a great job.
So very cool. Also, we've got a 250th celebration coming up in town, right? Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, we do. So the Board of Selectmen have been they've been planning this celebration. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be like a dinner type of situation. You have to buy a ticket. The tickets are $50, and you can get them at the Parks and Rec Department. It sounds like it's going to be a fun night, you know?
Sounds like a great night. And let's be clear, because I see them, and our producer, Andrea, has been responding to comments online, because we see things on Facebook as well. People asking, is it a fundraiser? Are we using taxpayer dollars? Yeah. Right, there are a whole slew of questions. So for those of you watching at home or that are unaware, this 250th celebration is not taxpayer funded. No. There have actually been several donations from local businesses to help put this on. Tickets are $50, and the price per meal, and I think it's a buffet, I think Andrea said, the price per person for the meal is more than $50 per person. Yeah. And so the balance is being made up by donations from other businesses in town. So not taxpayer funded. It's not a fundraiser of any kind. It is simply a community celebration for 250 years as an incorporated town. Yep, and I think I said it already, but you get your tickets through the Parks and Rec Department. You can go into Town Hall. You walk through the front doors, and they're the last door on the right. So there's a little sign on the rooftop that says Parks and Rec on it. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great event. It is limited tickets. I don't know how many. I want to say 250 to 300. 250. Okay, that makes sense. 250 tickets. Yeah. I think there's still some tickets left. Yeah, I haven't gotten mine yet, so I have to go down there and get that. But and that's September 12th. I don't think we said the date, but yeah. So September 12th on the Village Green. Correct. It's an outdoor event. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Perfect. Exactly. Yeah. Awesome. And now another exciting thing we have coming up. Well, excited maybe for some, boring maybe for others, is the primary on September 8th for the midterms. So we do have candidates for that, and I do have the list on my phone, so excuse me for doing that, because I did not print it, so just bear with me. So voting's at the high school from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Primary September 8th. Yes. So, and this list of candidates. Yeah, the candidates, okay. So there's a bunch of things that are open. I'm not really going to go through all of them because we'll be here for a little bit. But for state reps, so this is when it becomes state, it's a partisan. You'll have a Democratic ballot or a Republican ballot, or if you're undeclared, you'll probably have both. I'm not sure really how that works. So for the Democrat ballot, it's going to be Deb Ryan and Lisa Brown for state rep. And for the Republican ballot, it is Tom Mannion, Diane Rogers, Jeffrey F. Tenzar, Andrew Carvana, I apologize if I said that wrong, Henry Golek, and Deborah Kuzel. So there is 4 seats open and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candidates between both parties. So 4 will get elected, 4 will not. I wish everyone the best of luck. I respect anyone who wants to throw their name, on the ballot and try to get more involved. I think it's a great thing for the community. And that's not a high-paying job. Oh gosh, no. So for state reps, and I don't really know about anything else because I don't know. And so for state reps, it's a season, so it's not all year, but I'll say like 4 months. I could be wrong on that, and I don't know the exact months. But they're going up and back and forth to Concord. 4 times a week, right? 4 times a week and they get paid $100 a year, and then reimbursement for gas and tolls. So that's 4 days a week. Doing that. So. That's a lot.
I mean, to me, I think it should be different because I want to have, I mean, no, I'm not saying anything bad about the people, the state reps that we have or the state reps that we're going to possibly have. I just think that, I don't know, they should be different. That doesn't seem right to me.
It's a lot of work for $100 a year.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
So yeah, good luck to those running. Thank you for throwing your hat in the ring and for your willingness to donate your time and do good things for our community. So thank you.
And just to be clear, that was just, the state reps. There are going to be other things on the ballot that are very important as well, like the governor, United States Senate, representatives, a bunch of other stuff on there. So executive council. So it's important to get out and vote. I mean, I've already went on rants on this multiple times. I'm not going to do that again today.
Yes, you are.
But I'm just saying it is extremely important to get out and vote because when you guys want to complain on social media, in person, whatever, and you don't vote, to me, you don't really have a say. So get out and vote. It's very important.
It's your civic duty. Just do the
exactly.
right thing. Perfect. What else we got going on?
Okay, so the primary, then we have Andrew and Ava and Friends Charity Lemonade Stand. They are having an event on August 29th, 12 to 3 on Wellesley Drive in Pelham. So if you want to go support that great cause and get great lemonade and just be around a great atmosphere and great people, I would definitely make sure to go check that out, that's for sure.
Do you mind if I plug it?
I don't know what that means.
If I plug, I get a little commercial?
Go right ahead.
All right. Andrew and Ava and Friends Charity Lemonade Stand. Andrew and Ava are my children. They started a lemonade stand. This is their 6th year. It started with Andrew and Ava and 2 or 3 of their friends. It's now grown to about 40 kids involved. The kids make all of the decisions. They do all of the work. In 5 years, they've raised and donated over $27,000 to our local community.
That's awesome.
We do a ton of work with our local VFW auxiliary chapter. We do a ton of work with the Make-A-Wish New Hampshire Foundation, children's charities. This Thursday, the kids are getting together to donate to a little boy who lives in our town that has cancer and raising money to help his family get back and forth, pay for parking, pay for gas, hotels, meals, things like that as this boy goes through some treatments over the next couple of months. So please come on down Wellesley Drive, August 29th between 12 and 3. Donate, it's all donations. Everything that you donate goes to charity. And so we're super grateful for any help. Thank you.
And now, just to kind of go a little bit off that, for the individual that is going through the health problems, do they have a GoFundMe or something set up?
I'm not sure if they do. I'll look into it for you.
Okay.
Are you asking for personal reasons?
For both, yes. Well, and we can put it on the screen as well.
We'll find out.
If there is one, we'll put it on the screen.
But if you'd like to donate to the kids, or if you'd like to meet us Thursday on the Village Green at 4:30, we'll take your donation, add it to ours. My family is also donating.
Yep.
We're going to offer them a cash donation as well as some things that we've collected for his name is Amir.
Amir, okay. Well, our donations and our thoughts and prayers are definitely with that family and
I'll get you the GoFundMe, we'll put that up.
Yeah, and if we do have one, we'll definitely put it up on the screen.
Okay.
So next we still have that
Farmers Market?
Yeah, the Farmers Market and the Old Home Day. Farmers Market and Historical Society.
Historical Society.
Correct.
You better get that right or Andrea's going to get you.
I know, I'm going to get jumped by Andrea.
Andrea has been working really hard with some other people in the Historical Society. It looks beautiful. I'm guilty. I have still not gotten down there, but I promise, Andrea, I will get there. I promise. I promise.
We just got new blinds. It's going to look great.
Yeah, you're on the Historical Society board as well, right?
Yeah, but perfect. Andrea, I'm not taking any effort, any pride away from Andrea.
Any credit?
Yeah, any credit. Andrea's done an insane amount of work there, and but it's really coming along nice. We got the blinds in there because before what they were doing is on the cases with all the stuff in it. And on other objects, they were putting like old sheets over it every single time. They would have to go in there, take them off, and then put them back on when they want to leave. Now we just have the blinds that because they don't want the objects to get affected by the sun. So now the blinds, they just pull them down, pull them up, and we're good to go.
Look at that.
I think that they're working pretty good, right? Yep. Andrea says they're working good. So
excellent. And
the farmers market is open. They're open at the same time every Saturday, 11 to 1-ish. 10 to 1.
let's move on because I'm super excited. We have some very special guests tonight.
Yes,
people who are near and dear to my family, near and dear to the Pelham community. We have been after them, I think, since we started the show.
Yep.
To come on as guests because I refer to them as the king and queen of Pelham, or the prince and princess, and she's yelling at me already. But they are, if you were to summarize Pelham, it would be this couple. We're super excited tonight to have Madeline and Jorg Dreusicke on the show. Two extraordinary Pelham citizens. Madeline and Jorg they're just well known in Pelham. They've been here for decades, and they have volunteered for decades, particularly through the VFW and the VFW Auxiliary, and their support of veteran schools, community organizations has just been outstanding over several years. They were honored in 2018 in the town of Pelham's annual report for their extraordinary volunteerism and community impact. Madeline was later recognized as the Pelham School District's 2023 Champion for Children for her dedication to promoting meaningful interactions and activities between local students and veterans. And then just this summer, Madeline was awarded the 2025 Maurice McQuillan Service to New Hampshire Veterans Award from the Union Leader. So super excited to have them both on the show.
Very excited.
Before we bring them on, we're going to take a quick sponsor break. Thank you to our sponsors, and we'll be right back with Madeline and Jorg.
Thank you to the Pelham Pulse sponsors: RGA Tire and Auto, R&M Capital, Arone Exteriors, Extreme Electrical Solutions, the Pelham Perk, Michelle Daly from Caldwell Banker Realty, and the Scoop Shop.
Hey, welcome back to the Pelham Pulse. We are joined by our friends, Jorg and Madeline Dreusicke. Dreusicke. I was going to ask you, because...
Did you notice in unison how we...
I did. Yeah. That's been practiced for how many years?
57.
57 years?
57
September
years.
What?
September 13th.
September 13th.
We were shooting for Friday, but it was Saturday.
9/13. I'm taking a note of that.
Anyway, thank you for that wonderful introduction.
No, thank you.
King and Queen. Are you kidding me?
Well, come on. Listen, everywhere you go in Pelham, you are present. You are visible, and at every single event, whether it's a political event, you're there volunteering. If it's a fundraiser, you're on the village. You practically live at the village green. I follow your social media, and you're the busiest couple in town, the most active couple in town. And so for those, so now I've pronounced your name now for 13 years the wrong way. And so I've learned tonight that it is Jorg, not George. George is the American way.
No, she calls me George.
She calls you a lot of things.
Yeah, but I was introduced to him that way, as George, by his relatives.
But the correct pronunciation
is Jorg Wilhelm Hermann Dreusicke.
Oh my God.
Oh wow, we got the whole thing. Is that what does she do that when you're in trouble?
No, never.
Yes,
Give you all four names?
No.
No.
Oh God, no.
So for those watching at home that have probably seen you, but have not had an opportunity to meet you yet, and if you have not, then you're missing out.
Definitely.
Tell us about Jorg and Madeline.
I'll start with me. I was born in New York City, if you can't help but tell that by my accent. I grew up in the Bronx, and then I moved to Staten Island. I'm one of 9 girls. My father was a World War II vet, and my mother, they met each other up at Camp Drum up in Watertown, New York, and then we moved to Staten Island. And that's really where I learned about volunteering. My father was a security guard up in the Bronx, but he also did the maintenance in the apartment where we lived on Webster Avenue. And every Saturday morning, we'd have to get up, the three of us, the older three, and carry the trash cans and put them out front. And then we had to wait for all the little Jewish ladies that were coming home from the market, and they had all these bags, and we had to carry them up 3 or 4 flights of stairs.
Really?
Really, and then we'd get an apple or something.
Yeah.
Not money, apple, and then that great big
So that's not
hug
volunteering.
and thank you. But that's,
So
that's
these
really
were
where
their grocery bags?
This was their grocery bags. They went to a special market that was uptown in New York.
Yep.
And that's, and after a while, my father didn't have to wake us up. We just, the three of
You
us
just got up and
up.
did it.
Yeah.
And so this was
and that
ingrained in
was-
you from a very young age
Yeah, I
to
just learned.
to be a helper.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it wasn't for monetary. It was, when you're one of 9 kids in a family, it's hard to get that hug and that love. Not
Yeah.
that they didn't give it, but that special one from that lady on the 3rd floor, or the man that had
Yeah.
the 2 dogs up on the 5th floor, because you're walking with these bags all the way up.
Yeah.
And they appreciate it because most of them were, I'd say they were over 55, 60 years old.
Yeah.
So it was really.
And 55 or 60 years old was different than it
Back
is today.
then, I'm 78 years old. Back then, you were old.
It was different,
Yeah,
right?
It was different.
It was
yeah.
very different.
Yeah.
And so-
my father, as a reward, let us outside to play longer on the sidewalks.
Yeah.
So we didn't have bicycles that we could ride up and down in the city and stuff. We played hopscotch on the sidewalks out in front of 2366 Webster Avenue in the Bronx.
I love it.
That is ingrained in me.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And so your dad was in World War II.
He was in World War II, yeah. When he came home, that's when my mother
His
met
army.
him. I am the first of the 6 down, and 3 was from a different father. But we grew up in the Bronx, and then we ended up moving to Staten Island. And I went through the school system in Staten Island, New York, and that's where I met Loverboy.
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 I haven't heard
met
this
him
nickname yet.
when he was
Going a
Loverboy.
little hot in here.
when he was 16 years old. I think we started
16?
dating. 16, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's when you started dating.
Yeah.
That's
Well, when
amazing.
we met, yeah.
When we
Well,
met,
yeah,
we met. Yeah,
well, we started
I wasn't
dating right off the bat.
I mean, I wasn't allowed to date, but I went, right as he would pedal his bicycle. I lived on Staten Island, which was an island, and he would go from St. George, right where you lived, and then he would pedal all the way over to Madeline's
Hey,
house.
lady, don't mix up New Brighton with St. George.
Well, New Brighton, excuse me. New Brighton
Very
was a different
territorial
town.
back then.
Very territorial in New York and Staten Island. Yeah. And then he would show up in his lederhosen with a checkered blouse you always had.
A checkered blouse?
Well, it was like a plaid. It was an outfit, a
shirt.
German outfit, It was a shirt. Yeah.
Listen, we were not fashion. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
You have no clue.
And so what happened? She just found you irresistible.
I met him at
Who could blame her with a nickname like Loverboy?
I was
Sweet 16 birthday party. I was good friends with his cousin
Yep.
who lived 2 doors down. I had to take German to be in this high school.
Really?
And she could speak the language, but her grammar was terrible. So she liked to sit close to me for the purpose
So
of
you helped each other.
trying to cheat.
My cousin liked to cheat.
I wouldn't do that because I had the fear of God in me from my father.
Okay.
Because if I failed, let me tell you what, I was going to be going to work in 8th grade.
So what nationality are you?
I am Scotch, Irish, and Dutch.
Okay, and you're German.
Yeah, well, oh yeah.
Okay.
Important.
Imported. Okay. And so that's how you met.
Yep.
In school.
My cousin's birthday party.
Your cousin's birthday party.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was like my best friend at the time.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I realized he lived 2 doors down, so all of a sudden I started sleeping over and going to visit her a lot. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
She
She
had noticed.
chased you.
I noticed him, yeah.
She chased you.
So later
Of course
on
she
in
did.
that
Who can blame her?
We
Who can blame her?
guys, no, we don't want to go into that.
So, what was there a particular moment when you realized volunteering wasn't just something you guys talked about? It's actually something like you did. It became a part of who you
With
are.
us, it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, we just, both of us, it's something
Grew up-
that we both grew up doing.
I mean-
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get your background.
quickly, 57, my brother and I bought baggage with my parents. We were refugees from East Germany. So we skipped the boat. My parents were farmers, and they definitely weren't commies. So my old man had to get out of town. So we went to West Berlin, stayed there for 6 months because my aunt and my grandfather and my grandmother were in America already. So we pleaded hardship, got a 6-month real quick visa to get over here. And we landed in December 1st, 1957. And by the end of that week, my brother and I went to school. My parents had a job.
How old are you?
Oh, yeah.
I turned 10 when I got here.
Okay.
December 1st we landed, December 30th I turned 10.
Know any English?
Learned English when I got here.
Okay.
Took 6 months, my brother and I were communicating,
Okay.
translating to my parents as we were watching TV, watching the news, you gotta be kidding. And of course, the first words you learn in a different language are the curse words.
Of course.
So my father
I
says,
know the curse words in like 3 different
so my
languages.
father says to me, sitting across the table, what is this word, right? And of course, my brother and I knew what he said. And there's no way that you could tell your father
Yeah,
that you
at
knew
that-
either in German or in English what that word meant.
Yeah.
So my mother got the hint because both of our ears were bright red. So she said, hey, why don't you ask your father, your brother-in-law?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because obviously it was uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was a bad word.
You
Are
have
you
to
kidding? Yes. You learned the
realize-
very bad words first.
Yeah, of course.
He didn't just get on a bus and drive out of town. They had to secretly plan.
Well, back
to
in those
get
days,
out. Yeah, it was
you
not-
could go shopping in West Berlin.
You could go
So
through the
we went
checkpoints.
shopping, but we never went back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
oh yeah, and if we would have got caught, oh yeah, it was.
What would happen if you got caught?
Yeah.
Oh, my old man would have gone to jail. My brother and I would have been put in the home, and then moved on.
How different was it coming to America
Are you kidding?
from Germany? What was?
Oh my God!
What were the big
Oh
differences?
jeez, come on, apples and oranges. Oh jeez.
Yeah.
How do you say this? Look,
Politely.
people telling me I was too young to remember BS. I remember going to stores. You stood in line to get your meat ration. You get a half pound of meat. What's your ration? They give you a slab of meat, and you had a choice. You either took it and liked it, or you didn't eat. So
hungry.
we had visitors from East Germany come to visit us. This is back in the
Yeah.
80s, and they accused us of taking. We took them to. Then there was Purity.
Purity
They-
Supreme,
They
Market
accused us
Basket, Hannaford's
of
in
taking
in
us
Dreusicke.
to a
Every
fake
store we went to.
like they had in Germany. The town I grew up in
Yeah.
was a fake German town. It was all decked out to be
Yeah.
beautiful,
Yeah.
and the stores were stocked. But going back to, so we took these old folks to the store, and they said they were insulted. You're taking us to a fake store. So she
Yeah.
said, point in the direction.
And I'll take you to a
They
store.
went to 2 or 3 stores that people were
She
broke down
literally
because they
stood
couldn't
in the
believe
store and cried.
how good
Yeah.
we have it here
Yeah.
compared to Germany. Are you
Yeah.
kidding? East Germany was unbelievable. Everybody had a full-time job that they went and slept. And then after work, they went to their real job, black market. And there were 2 economies. The fake one, where everybody was employed and everybody got paid a lot of money,
Yeah.
but you couldn't buy nothing.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, hey guys, you have no clue. Socialism is wonderful.
And so you came.
Don't try it.
Yeah.
You came to the U.S. and your parents didn't speak English. How did you survive?
Well, they learn English. They
They
work.
had to go to school
You
at
kidding?
night.
What did they do? What did they
my,
do?
my
for
old
work?
man was a janitor up in Manhattan. Went to work every morning. He did work. My mother worked in a uniform factory sewing. And then within, we lived in my aunt's basement
Basement.
for about a month. Then we got an apartment across the street. And then 2 years later, my old man bought that house.
Really? 2 years later.
Yeah.
The American dream.
Oh, you got it.
Oh yeah, he went to
Oh, yeah.
work like cutting
Amazing.
grass after a regular
Oh.
job. He came home. They had to take a bus that George and his brother Frank meet him wherever he was cutting the grass and pull weeds and do all that in exchange.
volunteered.
In exchange, that person
You were voluntold.
would speak to them and teach them English.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's,
as a reward, they got a payment as they got an ice cream cone on the way home.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I
they
just
had-
think-
yeah.
oh, come on,
Yeah.
there was no question.
I think that, just listening to you guys tell this story, it's really like, it's like I feel it a little bit in my heart. And I think you guys really appreciate,
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
and I think a lot of people take it for granted that, people just that are born in America, they just think, this is just like something that's handed to us.
Unreal.
But
Unreal.
I really,
Yeah.
and the same thing with my grandparents. They came from Italy
Yep.
on the
Yeah.
boat, and they had to, learn the language. They had to get a job. They had to work for what they have now, which is, a beautiful family. And
In
they've-
America, when we
And you
got here,
appreciate everything you have because of
100%.
the journey you had to get there.
Yeah, well, their journey, I appreciate what they did, for us to, I wouldn't be here. I mean,
Yeah,
so
right.
in
it's
America,
definitely,
there's only one obstacle, and that's the guy looking at you in the mirror in an empty room.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
can be what
Every
That's
you
true.
wanna be.
you're only. Yep.
Yeah.
I could have been a whole bunch of things, and I chose what I did, and I think I chose wisely.
We're glad you chose
I'm
wisely.
happy with what I did.
How did, so you guys were in New York.
Yep.
So how did you end up in Pelham?
Oh God, that's because I was
Aviation.
okay.
You went in the service.
Went to high school. In 8th grade, my old man said to me, "Hey, what are you doing after graduation?" I said, "Well, I'm going to high school." He said, "For what?" I said, "Well, what do you mean for what? You go to high school." He says, "Why are you going to high school?" Ugh, yeah.
Germany is
Really?
like that.
So I quickly said, I sort of like mechanics and I love airplanes. I think I'm going to go to Aviation High School in Queens, New York. It was a magnet school, competitive.
Okay.
You have to take an exam to get in.
Yeah.
So I got into that, and then I graduated there with a licensed aircraft mechanic. And when I went to look for work, the only question the employers had was, "What's your draft status?" 1A.
He was,
Come back when you serve.
yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Cool. So I went. So a guy in the machine shop hired me, and I actually worked in a shipyard
Yeah.
on Staten Island. We refitted a Liberty ship to go to Nam, and that was an adventure. I learned the shipbuilder's language. Very colorful. Very, 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 did I say very colorful?
Yeah.
Wow. It was, holy smokes, I didn't know those words existed. Anyways, and then I got drafted,
In what year?
1966.
Okay.
November, went in, spent 13 months, Korean DMZ. Came home, and then I got reassigned to Fort Hood, Texas, and when I signed in, the guy said, "Why didn't you extend for 30 days in Korea? You would have gotten early out."
Really?
Wrong thing to say to a guy that didn't want to be in the military to begin with. My attitude sucked.
Really?
Oh, you kidding? Buddy.
Do you think you originally didn't want to be in it? Do you think that at the end you were happy that that was the path that you
Hey,
went?
pal, there's a price to pay. You want to live here? Be an American, okay? You get drafted,
Serve
you
this
shut up, go
country.
serve.
Yeah.
And and the military is missing a golden opportunity. There's a bunch of teeny bopper boys out there that don't have a clue what they want to do
Yeah.
in life. Hey, pal,
Yeah,
go
that's it.
look at a military and say, "Give me a job," because they will test you, they will train you, you will love what you're doing, okay?
Yeah, and they pay for your education, right?
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
if, once you put your time
Once
in,
you put your
if
time in,
you
yeah.
don't like the military forever, you will have skills that will carry you wherever.
You will get a job when you
Because
come out.
the problem is, back when I was in, the judges would give you a choice: go to military, go to jail.
Yeah.
Today, if you're a mushroom, you ain't getting in the military. So keep your nose clean, attitude straight, and hope like hell the military wants you, because
Yeah.
it is definitely a place to, if you're a typical teeny bopper, listen, all the guys here were teeny boppers once, we didn't have a clue what we're gonna do. The military will guide you gently. It works.
Yeah.
They're missing a golden opportunity. I'm telling you.
How did you so you left your country where you were born?
I was baggage, pal. I had no choice.
Yeah.
Right, but you still left it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you came and served for another country. And how did you feel with
Hey,
that?
look. legal immigrants come to this country.
Yep.
Okay, we came to this country to be Americans.
Right.
Okay, my mother never went back to Germany.
Yep.
Okay, she had no use for Germany. She came here to be an American. My father, he had a lot of friends over there, and he went back and visited a few times.
Okay.
But no, you come here because America, listen, we are unique. There isn't another country in the world that's anything close to what we are here. I mean, your parents come from, your ancestry is God knows where. It's a melting pot.
Yeah.
I mean, I happen to be a German that came here.
Yeah.
The all-American mutt right here. I love it, okay? We take the best of everybody, and the garbage we throw out, and what's left is Americans.
Yep.
Yeah. There is not another country in the world that is American. You guys are.
So you are German
No, I
by
was,
nationality,
yes, by birth.
but you are a proud American.
Oh my God,
Yes,
I'm the
he
worst
is.
American citizen you ever ran into.
Yeah.
I know what I have, but you guys don't have a clue. Sorry.
I hope I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I have never served, but I am grateful for everything that you have sacrificed.
when we landed in '57, the USA that we came to is not the USA that we have today. I'm sorry,
get
we're
that.
screwing it up.
No, I get that. I get it.
The liberties, oh my God,
Yep.
clueless.
Yes.
In
So,
'57, the government came to you and said, hey, I'm here to help you. And trust me, they did. Ain't the way it is today.
yeah.
Back, 40 families came from my town through my aunt's basement.
Yeah.
All right?
Really?
A good
Sponsored,
35 of those families started their own successful businesses
Yeah.
here because it's the land opportunity. But that was back in the 50s and the 60s.
Well, I think there was a different level of pride
No,
and
the government screwed you up.
ownership.
No, listen, you can't start a business today. Good luck.
I get that too. I get that too, but I think that back then you were helped to get on your feet and do things for yourself. Where today,
Right.
it's not that way,
It ain't. No.
right? You get something for nothing in return, right?
Yep.
So you went into the service. How long were you in the service for?
1 year, 11 months.
1 year,
1 year, 11 months,
Served
and
his
29
2
days.
years, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't
And then were you married when you went in?
Oh, heck no.
No.
No. She wanted, I said, no way, kiddo.
he came
I'm going
back
in,
and,
no clue what I'm
So
coming home.
she really did chase you.
We got married in 69.
She stuck around.
In 69,
No, in
okay.
69,
So
yeah.
how did you
Well,
still end up to Pelham, though?
Well,
I'm
wait,
getting there.
okay, so
Okay.
aircraft
We're
mechanic.
getting there.
Okay, we're,
Okay.
we're almost there.
Yes, and
No, we got a
the
trip.
main
We got
reason
a
I
world.
didn't stay in the military because I didn't want to move every 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Buckwheat? I got a job in Linden, New Jersey. Within 4 years, that place went belly up. I moved to Reading, PA, and guess what? 4 years, that place went belly up.
Aviation.
And I can be
yeah.
bought, but I'm not cheap. So somebody would say, hey, you come work for us. So we end up,
No, you went to school for Crown Airways.
that's
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, you got one more. Yeah.
tiny little things. Every
Well,
4 years.
No, it made a difference because he went to school up in Canada.
Yep.
And he met somebody who lived around, on
Well-
Nancy Ave in Pelham.
Okay.
And had the same birthday as him. And he worked for Digital. Now, Digital
Okay.
had their own fleet of airplanes,
Yep.
helicopters. And he said he was crazy for working at the airport. So when we come home, he got a phone call from Digital. So they flew us up here for the weekend. And I came with him because at the time we had 3 kids. And my youngest was born with a bilateral cleft lip and palate. So she was born in Pennsylvania. Over there, they put them together in stages.
Okay.
If she was born here in Boston, she would have been put together at birth, and that would have been it. In Pelham, we lived through 26 surgeries
Really?
in this town. And you asked me why I love Pelham? Plain and simple, it's the people, it's everything. It was
Oh, yeah.
home. But Digital offered him a job, and he said no because he thought Digital had spare airplanes and spare
They
helicopters.
were going to go belly up in a week.
Nobody
Jesus.
has that. Digital computer companies here.
Yeah.
So you went to bed, and I said, this is Mrs. Dreusicke, he'll take the job. I went upstairs, put my hand around his neck, and I said, you got 2 choices.
She informed me
you
that
can
I took
stay
the
here
job
and rot, but your wife and your daughter
Massachusetts.
are going to New England. And Pelham, that's how we got to Pelham in 1980.
No, but wait.
In 1980?
1980.
Okay.
Yeah, but we got the Pelham. I worked in Hanson Air Base in Bedford, Mass.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I went to work, and she went house shopping, and Pelham had the best bang for the buck when it came to
Property, I mean, house-wise.
the
yeah.
house. We could afford it. The school system was key.
Yeah.
With 3 girls to put through school. So the school system in the house is why we moved to Pelham.
And Pelham was a 2-horse town in 1980.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Really
were
tiny
showing
town.
me all these big places in Massachusetts on a 4x4 lot.
Yeah.
And they were way too expensive. And I had, we came from a little bit of a
Well,
farmland.
I had 3 acres and a barn.
Pennsylvania. So I said, when we looked, and I don't know how I stumbled on the realtor in Pelham, and she just showed me a few houses, and I bought them on top of a hill with ice and snow here, It was everything the opposite of what he wanted.
I didn't want a house that was down a hill, wood siding, and no garage.
Yeah.
And I bought a house down the hill, wood siding, and no garage. Why? Because the school system was adequate for
And
my
it was
kids.
something
And because she told you
about-
to.
The houses that she didn't like, she didn't tell me about.
Oh, okay.
Because
No.
why show me a house she doesn't like?
Yeah.
It's stupid. So I like this house. Let's go look at it.
But just driving around Pelham, there was trees everywhere. It was just, people would wave to me in this car and they didn't even know me. It was just, there was something about Pelham. That's
funny.
I think Pelham is still like that too. I
It
feel
is
like
still
is.
like that.
It's
maybe
funny
the
that you
school
say-
system might have changed, but I think the people are still really. I
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
it is.
Absolutely.
It is.
It's funny
I
that you
hope
say
the
that
school
'cause
system is still adequate.
when we
Come on, buddy.
looked at our house, we bought in a new development on Wellesley, and when we were leaving the model home and going to look at open lots, there were cars driving by and waving.
Waving, right.
And my wife said, "Where are we?" It was
Future neighbors.
we lived in we lived in Wakefield for 17 years. The only time anyone ever waved at you was when you had your snowblower out at the end of the driveway, and everybody wanted to be your friend. It was Pelham just has a different
And
community.
it's really weird because we all had the same experience. Because when I moved to Pelham, we were driving through the neighborhood, which is the same neighborhood of Nancy Ave.
Yeah.
Well, now everyone. And and there was this couple, and they were walking their 2 huskies. And when we were driving by, they were waving, and so we stopped and we said hello. And then we asked them how the neighborhood was like because we were moving into it, and they were just like the nicest people. So I just remember that too. So we all had the same
crazy.
experience. I mean, that's just what Pelham is really about. I mean, and that's
He
proof.
started working and he left to go on he was flying overseas. He went and flew with the airplane in case it broke down. He was the one that had to fix it. Nobody overseas would touch the plane for digital. They want their own mechanics working on them. I closed the door and the whole door fell off, and I don't know anybody in town. I don't know how to hold a hammer. So I went to just went down the phone list, and I realized the neighbor next door, they were home, there was lights on. So I said, "Hi, I'm your new neighbor. Can you come over with a hammer and nails?" That's how I met the neighbor. And the same thing when he was traveling all the time. I'm by myself with 3 kids. The only time that I made him stay, not go on a flight, was when Heidi had surgery. I would cook a lot.
And the
I would
25th wedding anniversary.
run
Don't
down
forget
the
that one.
street with all this food, so the neighbors knew Heidi's going in for surgery. But the school system, the steeple-top church, I mean, everybody would be calling, they'd be checking on my other girls because
Amazing.
when she started having the surgeries here in New Hampshire, you were in the hospital for 10 days at a time. And I got 2 little kids at home, but it was for my neighbors who really, they didn't even know me that well, but they were my neighbors in Pelham. And there is nothing about Pelham that I can say negatively.
Takes a village.
It takes a village, and I instill that into me with my volunteering. You're 40 kids from the Lemonades. I mean, there's something about Pelham that it just draws us together when anybody needs help.
Yeah.
Everybody comes running.
Let's talk about all of your volunteerism and all of the things that you do. Walk us through. We know that you're working with the VFW and the auxiliary. What other things are you involved? Because you seem to have something every day.
Most of my volunteering is connected to a veteran. I lay my life down for a veteran. I never served, and that I think is my biggest disappointment, that I never did serve. You know, my father was World War II, and when he came home, he had baggage, which I understand now from being in the VA is PTSD. I mean, he drank, and life wasn't pleasant, but yet I go up to the VA and I get a very comforting feeling when I put a veteran in a wheelchair and just walk him down the street. I could tell you his whole life history by the time I get that trip over with.
Yeah.
Because they just opened up. And I don't know how to explain it, the feeling that I get. I was a volunteer for 2 years at the VA, and someone was following me all the time, and I'm saying, but he had a badge on like me, only his had a veteran on the bottom of it. And I finally pushed a button in the elevator, and I said, "Sir, why are you following me?" He wanted to ask me. He wanted to assign me to the POWs.
Okay.
There was about 14 of them that still were alive in New Hampshire, and they come once a month to the VA. And after 2 weeks of there was not enough that I could do to help a veteran after being assigned to the prisoners of wars. I would pull off on 93 on the way home because I had to let all my emotions out. I mean, how can one human being, irregardless the fact that it was war, that you were black or I was white or you were Chinese or you were from India or that you had a religion and I was a Catholic, do what they did? Because after about 3 or 4 months, they said, "Oh, did I ever tell you what happened to me?" And I went home that day with my own PTSD. Because again, I cannot believe that God allowed us to treat each other in that manner. War is war, and freedom is the biggest price that we have to pay. And everyone that has put on the uniform has my highest respect, and I will do what I can till the day I close my coffin on taking care of veterans because of that simple fact. We owe them everything. And like you said, get out and vote, that's the same thing. They fought that we have that freedom. Not everybody has that freedom. So please take it seriously and get out and vote. But but most of my volunteering, to answer your question, is somehow connected into. I help out with the REITs across America. I go to the Historical Society now, trying to flap my little wings, but that burning desire, it comes mostly from helping veterans.
So I know you didn't serve in the military.
No, I didn't.
But I think the way that you serve veterans in our community
Thank you.
is just as important.
Yeah.
I just wrote that down too. I was going to say the same thing. You've definitely served.
Without
our
question,
community.
you are serving daily, and we see it. You as well.
You give them a pair of sneakers, and you think you gave them $1 million home. I can't express. You have to feel that when you help somebody else, whether it's for a veteran or anybody in our community. There's a feeling that you know.
So I have this conversation with my kids when we donate with the lemonade stand.
Yeah.
That selfishly,
Yes.
it makes you feel good too, right? It's good for your soul.
You came over
It does,
at
right?
old National Night Out, and you gave us all a lemonade. I mean, they would talk. The ladies were so blown away by the kindness of those kids. It was unbelievable.
Well, the kids know that you're giving back to our community as well, and they're grateful for everything that you do for us.
Doing a good job
And
teaching
it's
them.
it's a cup of lemonade, but it's a way for them to say thank you to you for the work that you do.
I share my experience with your 40 kids with the stockings over and over and over again.
I don't have 40 of my own kids.
No, they came and they did.
I'd be busy, but they're not all 40 of them are mine.
We do Christmas
wives.
stockings for deployed troops. And they came in, they went to the store, they shopped, they carried the stuff in, they wouldn't even let me hold the door open. They put it on the table, and then when they came the day that they were gonna fill the stockings, I explained, and it was like they were mesmerized that Santa Claus was talking. They hung on to every single word. And when I went walking up and down the aisles where the different stations were, I could hear them saying, squeeze the air out, roll the sock tight. 10 different, the little blonde girl, 10 different flavors has to go in the bag. And then the little boy next to her said, squeeze the air out. It cost money for postage. They did a phenomenal job.
They do better than the adults.
And that's what she says. She always says that. They work hard and they love you, and you're so good to them. What's your favorite event? What is your favorite, out of everything that you do, what is your favorite?
That is hard. I say loyal. I could say Loyalty Day, the POW, MIA, 9/11 ceremony. That's September. Every Friday, the first Friday of the month, we do a dinner, but it has a theme. But September is POW, MIA. So I recruit young kids, students. I want them to read the history of how the POW flag came to be and what it means. I'm trying to get the little scouts this year, the little Girl Scouts or Brownies, whatever they're called, to take and set the POW MIA table and to understand what each of those, the vase, the plate, the lemon, what it means and stuff. Because if we don't do this, if you don't teach them and you don't, work for them in the schools and stuff or whatever, all of what happens goes away.
Yeah.
Because from generation to generation, if we do not pass this history on and why we do it, we're going to cease to exist that way.
Yeah.
So, but National Night Out, the concerts on the Common, I mean, every single month there is something going on in Pelham. And it's something for everybody, whether you like to do an exercise class on the village green or go to the Scouts, or even now we have a scoop shop, an ice cream store. And I'm in there almost once a week for my ice cream, because that's how much I love that. But
what's your favorite ice cream? What's your favorite? What's the go-to?
Sea salt caramel.
Oh, that's why my wife loves you.
Yes. And I
that's
said
her favorite.
To the owner, Jason, Croto family, I said, I went there the first week that it opened up, and I said they didn't have any. He says, I promise, next.
Yeah, my wife gets angry.
And 3 days later,
Lisa gets angry. They don't have it.
Yes.
She does.
Women, they do that.
I'm trying to get it at the concerts, but they haven't accomplished that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but that's my favorite.
That's my favorite is the I can't think of the name, the s'mores.
S'mores.
But they didn't have that one. So they had cannoli, which is my second favorite.
Cannoli ice cream.
But now they got rid of the cannoli.
Listen, if you need Nino to do anything, cannolis is the way to make it happen.
Well, I think Jason's trying to tell me something because he took away the cannoli flavor, or whoever's in charge of.
Don't let him talk to you about that.
I think they don't want me to eat it anymore. I mean, I'm like.
My first impression, or first time I really truly met Nino, I was filling the stockings, and the whole post was we were missing some of the ingredients. We had to wait for the order to come in, and I had different groups coming in doing it. You sat on the floor for 2 hours and put cards in the stockings.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the last thing that goes into these Christmas stockings, and it's the first things that the soldiers
that they pull out.
Yep. And there he sat very patiently by the front door. People had to step over him, but there was no room for him. The whole place was full of stockings.
Well, and that was really
overseas.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No kidding.
What did he say?
That's amazing.
Come on, you sent me care packages when I was in Korea.
Oh, yeah. Sandwiches.
It took
salami sandwiches to Korea.
Back in
Really?
'66,
Yes.
it took 3 days for her package from Staten Island, New York, to get to the DMZ in Korea.
Really?
She would send me sandwiches.
3 days.
Even
3 days.
sent a telegram, which they called him into the
Jesus
commander's
Christ.
office because I didn't get mail for 3 days, and I was upset.
We would go on patrol for.
They thought somebody died.
on the observation towers for 5 days at a time. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about hardship. You guys have a clue.
Oh my goodness.
So, what do you think? I'm writing letters every day? No, we didn't have mail call for those. Oh, jeez.
But it was a rough time because most of my friends in high school, we were in high school.
Yeah.
We would we all graduated and we went to work. That's when I went to work in the towers shortly thereafter. But we'd sit on the ferry boat, we'd compare information from, because a lot of them went to Vietnam and a lot of them got Dear John letters or unfortunately they were killed. So it was rough. That letter was important to me. So when I didn't get it for 3 years, I mean, I went into
I would imagine you're probably hanging on to that, right?
I went into the office and I talked to the Brazilian guy that was doing the telegraph machine, and I said, could you do me a favor? And he typed it up and he got it and we sent it. And I got my head handed to me the next day.
You don't want to get a telegram.
But you don't want to get a telegram when you're in the military, no, because they think somebody died.
No, you don't want to get a telegram.
No.
So,
So my whole life has been around the veterans. But even in town here, you have some police that are veterans. You meet them everywhere. So there's...
Our police department's amazing, too.
Oh, the police department is unbelievable. Between my...
Fire department, too.
Yeah, I have to make them cream puffs.
Glad you mentioned that.
Pelham Fire Department.
Yes,
I have to make cream puffs.
Yes.
Yes.
All the uniform services.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Phenomenal.
wait a minute. I just heard the word cream puffs.
Yes, I have to make them. I made them for the police department, and I'm still.
Seriously,
Chief
Her
Newman
cream
is
puffs are to
waiting for
die
my,
for.
my delivery.
Hold on a second.
The
Wait a
fire
minute, what?
department. I made them for the police department.
Cream puffs?
Yeah.
40 cream puffs, yeah. Ask Keith.
All right, so now there's two things. Nana's eggplant
Yeah,
parm.
but then she didn't.
I've been waiting for an invite to Nana's house.
Did you ever get the cream puffs to the fire department?
No, I haven't, because their meeting is
Are
at
you
8
kidding?
o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, which means I have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to start making them, because I don't hand
Yeah,
them
you have
out
to make them
unless they're
fresh.
fresh.
Yeah, but having lived on those things for my mother and then her, same as my mother. I mean, can't
Really?
tell.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Fantastic.
So you made them for the police department, but not for fire.
I have to make them. And
So
I
now there's
will-
going to be a war.
Yeah, but that's because
There's going to be a
No,
war.
I will
Listen,
make them this-
I don't like them fresh. I like them
like
when they're
them
at least a
fresh.
day old.
So
No.
Man, they are good.
my kids every year for Christmas have gingerbread cookies made
Yeah.
for police and fire.
yeah.
And so they're, for the police, we do police uniforms with Santa faces.
Oh, how cute.
And we do the same thing for fire. They're in fire uniforms with Santa faces. And we do one for every employee from my family as a thank you at Christmas. And the fire department always says, deliver the fire ones to the police department. They have this thing all the time where they're trying to, and my kids
Yeah, I
laugh.
know.
My kids think that's the funniest thing.
That's awesome.
Well, I ran into the chief when he was up with Honor Flight.
Yep.
That's when they send the veteran out.
I would love to do that with you.
Which
one
we've
of
talked
these
about this actually.
Really need to
days.
experience
The chief
that.
was here.
Yeah.
Chief
we
Newman
went
was here and
on,
talked
we went
about
as
it.
guardians,
Yep.
but then once you're over 60, you can't. So we still volunteer with them. And
I would love
everything,
to
but
do that.
is
They're
the
very
most-
active.
That's kind of like a good kind of segue into one of my next questions, which is, what are some of like the programs or services like that the VFW or just anything really involved with the veterans and all that for people that they may not know about?
Yeah,
Like something.
every month. Well, if you're a veteran, you need to get up to the VA and go through the eligibility process. I will meet anybody at the VA
Yep.
and take them into eligibility,
If
and I will.
you have qualms about going to the VA,
Stay with them,
get a hold of
yeah.
her. She is a fantastic ambassador.
A while ago, they opened
Nate,
up
no.
the door to the, when at first, the Vietnam guys, the door got slammed in their face.
Yeah.
So a few, I
It
forget
must
what-
have been awful.
It was,
Oh,
it was.
I can't even
It
imagine.
sucked.
I can't remember when they opened it up finally. And I
do you
I
mean?
was a volunteer when they were letting them fill out the eligibility papers.
No, come on. We've been working on that since.
Well, it's changed drastically, and I
it's-
can remember
the
standing
VA
on the
today is not the
steps.
VA that I went to
Yes.
back in '68.
Yeah.
No.
I would stand on the steps, and I could tell you that guy over there is from Vietnam, and they thought I was nuts.
Oh, God.
I said, watch him. He's checking the door. He's putting his key in his pocket. He's looking around, and he's checking. And then I'd go out, and I'd say, welcome home. And I know you're here for eligibility. He says, yeah, I'm not sure. I says, come on, I'll sit with you.
Yeah.
And I'll sit with them, and then I'll tell them certain words to say. I can't go in with them, but I can definitely say things that will trigger, all right, we got to check this then, because
Manchester VA is great.
it has come,
So
Nino, let's move on to lightning round here.
Okay.
Let's do some fun questions.
Oh, jeez.
You ready? You go first.
So, would you prefer coffee or lemonade? One at a time.
Really?
Coffee.
Okay.
Coffee.
Wrong answer.
Coffee.
Lemonade.
Coffee with lemonade
No,
followed.
no, wait.
I have to have coffee.
John, what would you do?
Well, it has to be lemonade. My
It
kids
has to
run a
be
charity
lemonade.
lemonade stand.
Mine would also be lemonade because
But
I
I
don't drink
cannot
coffee.
live. I can't live without my coffee.
So coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee,
Wait.
coffee with a lemonade chaser.
No, wait a minute. If it's a multiple answer question, coffee during the day and
Lemonade in the afternoon.
Yeah.
pink
That's a good
lemonade.
idea.
No, at night.
Pink
because
lemonade
I'm
at
gluten
night?
free.
No, I like
can't do
his
booze.
lemonade.
Okay.
It's
So
the best.
lemonade,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
works.
What's your favorite place in Pelham?
My favorite place in Pelham. Oh my gosh.
Quickly.
While she's thinking,
Quickly. Favorite place in Pelham?
Hannaford's.
The scoop shop right
For
now.
me,
Scoop shop right
Hannaford.
The
now?
VFW.
For you, the Hannaford? The
Absolutely.
VFW?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
The VFW, it's an
John,
empty
your
place.
favorite, no, your favorite place?
My favorite place is my home.
Yeah.
Shoot, you stole
Now,
mine.
I was
I-
gonna say that, but
My home. I love Pelham in general.
Yeah.
I love
It really
I love
is.
everything about. I love
Yeah.
going down to the Village Green. I love to see
Yeah.
people. I love being in the gym for sports and
All the schools,
I love
yeah.
being on the baseball fields. Anywhere. I'm a
Okay.
people person.
right.
So
Yeah.
So one word to describe Pelham.
what did I write down?
Unbelievable, fantastic. It is, there's no place like Pelham.
Okay, so fantastic.
One word.
Home. Yeah, but what the hell did I write?
All right, John.
what is something people would be surprised to learn about you?
Oh, see, home.
What is something? I'm afraid of heights. I will do anything, but when it comes to heights, I'm
Afraid of
paranoid.
heights. Okay.
Yeah.
York?
She can be vicious.
Okay. So she's afraid of heights and you're afraid of her.
He had to
Oh, no,
come
no,
and get me and bring me down
no,
the side of a mountain. I
We're
couldn't
married.
come down.
Good God.
Yeah. Looking through
Believe it or
all.
not, I have to write this down. I am not a front guy. I like sitting in front of the cameras here. Ugh.
You're uncomfortable.
Ugh,
You
hate
be
it.
in the back.
I love being in the back and making
Yeah.
other people shine.
Okay. I love that's a good that's a good
Well,
quality.
yeah, I love doing
That's an
that.
admirable
Yeah, I don't
quality.
Keep me
like
out of the
being in front.
spotlight. I don't belong here. Hate it.
I'm very self-conscious of the way I talk.
Before
Yeah.
before we do the closing, we've asked everyone that's come on the show, what's one thing that you want the Pelham community to know about?
One thing to know about.
What about us or about?
No, just in general, whatever you want.
Oh,
Yeah, one thing you want the Pelham
what
community
makes Pelham
to
so
know about.
special?
Wow.
Wow.
Everything.
We are a typical New England community.
Yeah.
Like, I have neighbors that, wow, fantastic neighbors. Best friend neighbors. You know something? I see maybe twice a year.
Twice, yeah.
Really?
Where I actually say hello.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
That's New England. And New England, since we've been around, in New England, what we say is what we mean. We're not phony balonies like
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
south.
Yeah.
You all come back now, you hear? Oh, yeah, right.
Oh gosh.
I find Pelham very inviting. You
Yeah.
know, and if you don't like something, it's okay to say it, but I guarantee someone's going to try to help you fix it
Oh,
and
yeah.
change that attitude and, you know, make it better for you, because there's really nothing in Pelham that I can complain about. I wish I had more hours in a day to do everything, and I can't.
You of anyone I have ever met in my life make the most of every minute and every day.
And it's,
Oh, yeah.
I don't drive right now because the car accident I had a year ago,
Yep.
my kids, I'm the last of
My
their
daughters pulled their license.
their daughters, my daughter's friends. We're the last surviving parents. And they're two nurses and one's a PA for animals. They're paranoid that something's going to happen. So I have an app on the phone now. I can't even step outside the house.
They
But
track us.
when I had the accident, I mean, he would leave the door ajar because he was going to the store. Now, the police were driving by just to check on me.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see that in every town.
You are both
I mean, it's just,
treasures to
Yeah.
this town.
oh,
And
but
you
it's-
have spent so much of your life making Pelham a kinder place and a
it's a give
stronger
and take on
community.
everybody, but you give and you get multiple back. What
You do.
You do, you know?
But you've done that. You've created that, and you get back what you put out.
I mean, I was, the Congregational Church across the street, we're back, I was Catholic and I became a Lutheran when I married him. And right now, we're not even going to church because 90% of what I do is on Sunday.
Yep.
But the pastor across the street saw what we were doing. He says, how can we help? So I talk about it when I go up to the VA. It's a Hands Across the Street project. So he sees that I'm collecting food for the VA food pantries. And next thing I know, I'm walking across the street with this humongous bin full of food. You don't see that in every town.
No.
You know, people
It is-
notice what you're doing and they want to help.
We do have a very kind,
Yeah, we do.
kind community
Yeah.
and people willing to pitch in. Listen, Nino and I could sit here and talk to you all night. Unfortunately, we have to close up shop.
I'm not. I'm amazed that I got through without. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was a
we're
little
so
nervous
grateful.
about coming here.
So grateful
'Cause I
that you
talked too
joined
much.
us tonight, and thank you, both of you, for your
thank you for
service
inviting us.
in the military
Yeah.
and for the military.
Thank you.
We're super grateful. You really do make our town a better community.
And thank everybody
Thank you.
in this town because everybody has helped me. And that is what,
Oh, yeah.
when I accepted that award up at the museum, McCullough Award, I had the police and the firemen were there because I have to make them understand that everybody, it's not just Madeline. Madeline can't do anything without this entire community
You have a
that
good crew.
that supports me,
Yeah,
really.
thank you.
Including
You
my
are both-
lemonade kids.
You are both well loved.
Thank you.
And we're grateful for everything you've done. Folks, don't forget, town meetings, local events are listed on the Pelham Pulse community calendar at thepelhampulse.com.
Yep, thepelhampulse.com.
And if you have any events you'd like to add or any questions or comments, please submit them on the website. We appreciate you.
Yep.
And
And
thanks
there's-
for joining us tonight.
And there's also the calendar on the website too.
Yes.
So with all community events and lots of other stuff on there. Oh, you said that about the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so remember, if it matters in Pelham, it's on the Pulse.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You're watching the Pelham Pulse with Nino and John. If you have topic interests, questions, or comments, please write to thepelhampulse@gmail.com.